Hey, so it's time. It is time yet again. We are vastly approaching E3 2017. I think we are about 2 to 3 weeks away from it. And if you've watched my videos for a while, you know I am very excited for E3. I always look forward to it. I always like to see the new games coming out, what all these studios have in the store for the future, and really what's coming for the end of the year. So I always very much been look forward to E3. I've watched it probably. Well, I've been reading about E3 since early 2000s, but I've been watching it like crazy, like probably 2005 really. Like televised back on E3. So it's every year. I've not skipped a year. I've watched it all since then. And in leading up to E3 this year, I figured, this is the one rare time I'm actually like free the weeks leading up to it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos before E3, the pre-3 extravaganza. And to start off with one of them, it's something I wanted to do for a few years, kind of go back and watch old E3 conferences, really see what these companies were doing back then, whether their plan at the time like went through, whether it worked, and really see like did their plan work? Did the games they were working on, did they come through? Were they actually good? So I've wanted to do this for a while and see. And today I'm starting off. The first one I'm going to start off with is the Microsoft 2010 conference. So if you know this conference, this is the one where Microsoft went all in on the Kinect. This is the one this is like 6 months before the Kinect came out. So they went all in on the Kinect. They did a lot of demos and they did a lot of things. It was an embarrassing conference. For the longest time, this was the worst E3 conference. It was so embarrassing and just like what are you guys doing? I remember watching it, and at one point in the conference, I got up and left. I was like, I am not dealing with this. This is too much for me. So I'm I'm looking forward to this one. Like, I want to see what Microsoft had in, because this was like the point where I started really going towards Sony's side. I was like, man, they're starting to do some good stuff here. So I don't know, depending on how it goes, I may watch the Sony one from this year, and I may watch the Nintendo one, see what they were doing this year, and end it off at this point. So I've talked long enough. Let's actually get into it. Let's watch this conference. So I got it all loaded up here. Shouldn't be too long. So let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2010 Xbox 360 Global Media Briefing.
Woo! All the people in the front all clapping for the front. It has been proven that Microsoft put some plants in the audience to really clap. They just put employees there to be like, yeah.
Is a lie.
Oh, Black Ops. Okay.
Just because they write it down and call it history
doesn't
make it the truth.
This is actually not a bad Call of Duty game. This was actually the last one I actually bought. I have not bought a Call of Duty game since Black Ops.
Where only a few
I've played Advanced Warfare, that was a good game. And I played a little bit of World War II and thought that was fine. But this is really the last one day one, I went and bought, because I was kind of getting sick of the yearly Call of Duties. But I remember this one was actually pretty good. They had a good campaign. Like, I actually enjoyed it.
Where everything you know is wrong.
But this is definitely, you can tell this is a E3's ago, because they would never start a conference with a Call of Duty game nowadays. Of late, it's been that Call of Duty is usually shown mid to end the conference, not like an opener. But also, this was the game after Modern Warfare 2, and that game really changed a lot of things. Like, this is when Call of Duty was at like the highest game in the world. Everybody was playing it. So at the time, it makes sense to actually start it off with this, thinking back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome Treyarch studio head, Mark Lamia.
Thank you, and good morning. On behalf of the team at Treyarch, I'm going to take you deep behind enemy lines into the world of deniable operations of Call of Duty Black Ops.
You know, even though this was 2010, this still...
Stay on. We'll find Yurkovchenko.
We can put him in the
Make it out of
refrigerator.
there alive.
I'll come get it out to
Boy,
this.
let's move.
That's what I was saying. This is kind of funny looking back. Like, even though like times have changed, the way these guys open up, like when they're going to talk about their game, is always the same. It's always like really scripted. Like, war.
Keep that light steady, Mason.
In this war, you will fight to end the struggle of these two dueling factions. This is the new Call of Duty. Like, it's always like that. I don't know. Just
What's wrong with you?
it's always the same. The one thing I do remember, this is also back at that point when I believe this is when Spike was still putting these on TV, at least the Microsoft one. I still find it funny how they demo these, because they're always walking really slow. And it's like no one ever plays the game like this. Like intentionally going like slow like that. That was kind of pointless.
You see the hind? We're gonna take it.
You know, actually, it doesn't look too bad. Like, I'm not actually watching this in HD right now, but it's like it kind of visually holds up all right. Like, it doesn't look too bad. But also, Call of Duty's been on the same engine for the last 20 years, so I guess when you're on the same engine, things are just gonna look fine. See, it's kind of creepy because I feel like they probably shouldn't demo Call of Duty. I think Black Ops 3 was the last Call of Duty game that like legit got like a demo on the stage, because really at this point we all know how these games play, and like we don't really need to like see the footage. So I don't know. They did different time. I do remember at the time feeling like, you know what, this guy's pretty alright. Like, looks pretty good. So I guess I'll get it, and then I did. I forgot which year it was. There was one year where they demoed a Call of Duty game, and I remember the batteries on the controller went out. I forgot which game it was. Oh, it's gonna bother me now. It was a Call of Duty game. I remember like specifically, but I just remember they were playing it, and all of a sudden, boop, battery's dead. It may have been Modern Warfare 3. I'm not too sure. That's the thing, is Call of Duty got demoed so much that's like kind of like all blends in together. Because I don't know if this is the conference where they announced, like, yeah, we got the partnership with Microsoft now for this many years. But I think it was that point when, like, all Call of Duty stuff was exclusively 360, or it's like had that big partnership that Sony now has.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great show.
That's an okay demo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
I didn't need it,
Microsoft's
but
Senior Vice President of Interactive Entertainment, John.
This guy. Boy, was it a bad decision having this guy be the head.
And thanks to the team at Treyarch, the title looks absolutely stunning and is poised to once again become an.
Remember when this guy said that? Oh, those who don't have an internet access to an Xbox One, you know, just go buy a 360. You know, don't bother with it. Like, this guy was an idiot.
On November 9th, all Call of Duty add-ons and map packs will launch.
Oh yeah, this was it. This was the conference. 360. Having Phil Spencer be the head makes a lot of sense. And I think generally he's been doing a lot of good stuff for Microsoft.
First on Xbox in 2000.
So they made the right call. And it's a good thing Don Matrick left.
So when you plan to play Call of Duty in the next 3 years, you'll want to play it on Xbox.
He did not
360.
make them look good in the end.
Good morning, and welcome to E3. Thank you for joining us today at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, and to the millions around the world.
I hear that mic clipping. Somebody better stop that.
On TV, on the internet, and for the first time ever, live in New York City's Times Square. Welcome to everyone.
Whoa! Who's gonna be like the guy watching it at Times Square? Like,
this year
whoa,
marks 10 years for Xbox, and this is our biggest year ever. A year of transformation. We are transforming the way you play games, transforming the way you enjoy entertainment, and transforming the way you connect to friends and family.
Connect to friends.
If you love games, Xbox is the only place for you and your friends to play all three.
That's like a
of
pun
the
I
biggest
do.
blockbusters in our industry.
Halo. The biggest blockbusters. Call of Duty still going. Gears, they still going.
Music and connect with friends.
Oh, they're not even trying. Connect with friends.
We've given Project Natal a name. Connect for Xbox 360. It is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Connect brings your living room to life and is social.
Boy, was this a failure.
And we're really excited about the experiences that we'll be sharing with you. From big blockbusters to all new Kinect titles, we're going to world premiere an impressive collection of new experiences today. And once again, it's all about showing, not telling. Ladies and gentlemen,
they should have just told with this
my
conference.
friend and the creator of Metal Gear Solid, Hideo Kojima.
Oh, I forgot about this. Man, remember when he went to Microsoft conferences? Remember when he was at Konami? Oh.
Thank you, Don.
I'm about to...
As the executive producer,
this man can do no wrong.
Rising,
this is the one.
Oh,
actually, I'm excited to see this.
With something new and unique.
This is probably Metal Gear Rising then.
360 project. Today, we will premiere the very first footage of the game in action. But just like Snake passed the torch to Raiden in MGS2, allow me to pass the torch to my young producer for Rising. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Shigenobu Matsuyama.
I wonder if this guy is at. Like, I wonder if this guy actually stuck through and went to Kojima Production. I didn't look that up, actually.
MGS Rising is a sword action game, unlike anything you've seen before. The game concept I'd like to introduce today is based on a word we created, Zantatsu.
Zantatsu.
In Japanese, Zan means to cut, and Datsu means to take. Let's take a look at what this means.
Man, this game is so good. Like, oh man, I need to replay this game so bad. Like, if Konami wanted to get on like my good side at least to like maybe this much, put this game on PS4. Like this game, I feel a lot of people know it and love it, but it needs a bigger audience. Like, this was such a good game, and I was kind of hesitant at first when I saw this. I was like, you know, this could kind of be all right. And then once I played it, I was sold. Like, the game just plays so well. It looks really good. The soundtrack is incredible. It's really good. Zandatsu. Zandatsu. Metal Gear Rising. Lightning bolt action. See, I thought this stuff was really cool, just like the environmental stuff that you could do. But I feel this first trailer, like the demo, like it's really cool. Like, I thought this was the selling point right here. I was like, all right, this is pretty awesome. But the action in this game is so much faster, and like they never show any of that. Like, I might just attribute it to that it's still early in development. But I was like, man, I wish they could have shown that, because I really would have been sold. I'm still mad because there was that year where I thought they were gonna announce Metal Gear Rising 2, and it looked like it, and then just nothing ever came of that. I was hurt too. I was like, oh, that would have been good.
Phil Spencer.
Hey, Spenceman. Oh man, whoever's messing with these mics just.
In Microsoft Game Studios, our mission is to create
Messing
blockbuster franchises and experiences that cannot be found anywhere else. Our platform is synonymous not only with blockbuster games, industry-defining multiplayer, and epic stories.
It's good at least that Microsoft is like getting a bit better. They still need to. Like, I know, looking at now, they need to get some games. Like they need to get some more exclusives. They need to bring something new to the Xbox One X. I still feel right now there's nothing that's really selling me on it. Like, there's nothing that's like making me like, I need to get an X over a regular One S. Because Crackdown's still delayed, and there's really nothing in the sight for the future. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna come.
We are passionate about investing in and delivering
that old 360.
We are also creating new ways to play.
They need to bring the blades back.
360.
That was still one of the best UIs, and they just over the time ruined it. I still cannot believe how bad some of those later 360 like dashboard designs got. It was like all ads, and it was just like, oh, why'd they do it?
Is available only on Xbox 360.
So this is what Microsoft needs to come back and do.
And what better way
They need to have a
start than with
tagline
a
like
partner
that, like
who will
only
continue
on
to help us define
360.
the future of
Because
Xbox
really, right now
360.
they don't have
Ladies and gentlemen,
that. Like even though they have that PC like cross play and all that, they need to come and just have something exclusive coming to it. Like hey, this is only on this system. You want it? You got to buy this system to get it, or just give me an incentive.
Today we're going
Other
to give
than
you a
backwards
live
compatibility.
demonstration of 4-player story-based co-op.
So I don't know. We'll see
Please
during
welcome to the
E3.
stage executive producer Rod Ferguson, Lee Perry, and Tina Wood, who will be helping
Gears
you
of
out.
War 3. It's a good game. It wasn't Gears of War 1 or 2 on that scale, but it was still good. It's actually a shame because as of today, as the time it's recorded, Cliff Blazinski actually left his studio right now and is kind of going on the quiet. So it's kind of a shame because his last few games haven't been too big, like Battleborn, and there was Rising Heights, which is out. I'm hoping at some point he does come back because I think he's a good developer. He has to get the right idea. Like I think Gears of War is really the one that he knocked out of the park. So I don't know. We'll see. And this game still looks good too. Like I don't know, the Gears games hold up remarkably well. Like I was looking at some Gears 1 footage on original 360. I was like, man, this game is like 10 years old or like 11 years old now, and it still looks as good as when I first played it. Now I know they're on easy or something, because if you did this in some of the difficulties levels I was playing on, you wouldn't last.
Oh, I'm down. Come grab me, man.
I got you. Calm down.
Meet you halfway.
Gotcha. I need a lancer.
Cliff, I got a gun.
Here, take this.
Thank you.
Man, this was such a good game, like series. I can't recall how many times I played Gears 1 or 2. Like they were just incredibly fun co-op games, and what I loved too is that it was local co-op. Like that's the thing I miss with some of these games now, is like where's the local co-op at? Like that seems to be like gone now. Like there's still those few games, but like bring it back. It was cool being able to play this whole game on the couch next to somebody. Dom! So every line by Marcus is just yelling. Yelling and just hurting my throat now. And also I do like this because it's actually a live demo. Like I do kind of like more when they go towards live demos and the pre-rendered ones, because it looks, at least you know, hey, this is the actual game and you're seeing it in action, like compared to some of them, like the Ubisoft demos where they're all embarrassing, and you got the people fake playing the game and they don't sound like real at all. It's always like, hey man, Tango left, or all right, I got 2 blues down. I need backup. He's on my 6. Like no one talks like that, but Ubisoft always does it every conference. It's like just have regular people on stage playing. Like it's all you need to do. Excuse me. It's a pretty good demo though. Like yeah, it's more Gears of War. Like people already knew, but it's like showing off at least new weapons, showing off new monsters. Makes me want to play Gears of War again, so it's working. Because like now it's like, man, I wish my 360 worked, because I really would want to play some Gears again.
I'm in. Dude, how did you do it? It was like this close to that guy.
Oh Cole.
Did we fry that bitch?
And that's our demo.
That was a pretty good demo. It's not bad. I still want that Red Gears controller, though. I was always kind of jealous.
We'll be unveiling a new mode called Beast. Be sure you come by and check it out. We think you're going to like it. Thanks for your time.
I forgot what that one was. Man, it's been a long time since I played that game.
Ladies and gentlemen, creative director of Microsoft Game Studios Europe.
Hey!
Peter Molyneux.
I'm going to make a game that you can't beat. You are the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great
It's the greatest game you've ever played in your life.
Exclusive, Fable 3.
This was not a good
5
game.
decades after the conclusion of Fable 2, this epic action-adventure title delivers everything you've come to love about
It's
Fable
weird.
and more.
To me,
An
the
incredible
only good
story,
Fable
of
game
course,
was
a calm
Fable
second
1.
to none, loaded with
Fable
choice
2
and
had like
consequence,
some
and of course,
moments
the
that
great
were like
humor. We know what that means.
all right, but
Action-packed
Fable 1 is
gameplay
like
in a
still
world
a
that
really
you've
good
never
game.
seen
It's just
from
really
Fable
short. That's
before.
the issue.
In Fable 3, your journey leads you from revolutionary to ruler and beyond with the choices.
And I was hoping this game was gonna be good too. 'Cause I was like, man, after Fable 2, like, I want something more in like lieu of the first game. Like the music was brilliantly done. Like Danny Elfman and the composer did a lot of really good tracks and just I don't know. Just the first one still feels really good. The other one just never felt right.
Its people will do as I say, or they will die.
To the other son, he leads a life of adventure.
Flawless! Who could resist you?
One brother's tyranny leads to starvation and misery.
And also, why does this game look like an early 2000s PC MMO?
The quest to save Albion.
It looks really generic. Like tell me it doesn't look like one of those like MMOs you'd see in the early 2000s, like on TV, the commercial. Come join 100 players online in Fable 3. More than hundreds of hours of content at your disposal. Be a pirate, be a king, swim, magician. You get to do whatever you want in Fable 3. Like, it's what it looks like. Like, it's not, nothing in this is selling me on it. Like, the thing that made Fable 1 so cool is, like, yeah, you have this morality choice. Like, you want to either be good or bad, and these choices are going to affect parts of the game. And you could either be like more of a melee person or magic, and like I don't know, this Fable was a good series that just never hit its
will take full advantage of the power
stride.
of Xbox 360 and Xbox Live. I'm thrilled to announce an exclusive title from one of the leading industry developers, known for pushing the limits of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Microsoft Game Studios' newest partner.
Oh, for a voice like thunder, and a tongue to drown the throat of war. When the senses are shaken and the soul
What
is
is
driven
this?
to madness.
Is this Rise, Son of Rome? Like, is this like when it was originally Kinect game, or? Actually, no, it can't be. It's something. I'll just watch and see.
Who can stand?
Wait, this?
When the whirlwind of fury comes from the throne of God. When the frowns of his countenance drive the nations together. Who can stand?
Yeah, I believe. Was that it? That might have been it. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. Cause I do remember that Rise Son of Rome was originally a Kinect game, and then it got moved to Xbox One when they realized, yeah, this is not a good idea if we put this
And it became a cultural phenomenon.
put this on that.
Of course, I'm talking about Halo. Now, After 34 million games sold
Yeah.
and over 2 billion
That was
online
it.
hours played, a new chapter of this amazing story is about to be told. You haven't experienced.
Yeah, so good thing they went with that, because if that was a Kinect game, it would have been really bad.
Creative director Marcus Lito.
And looking at it, the full game, it kind of seems like there was, you could tell it was a Kinect game, kind of, just because of all the button prompts and that. Like, you could have easily been like,
million fans
so
helped make the Halo
yeah.
Reach multiplayer beta the biggest in console history.
This was the last Halo game I bought too. I actually thought this was a good game.
Thank you for your support.
I was always a bit upset because after Halo 3, I felt this should have been the last one. And then came ODST, and then Reach, and then 4, and then 5, and then whenever the next Halo game gets announced at E3 or something.
Here's a taste taken straight from the game. This is just a small glimpse of what's in store for you when Halo Reach ships this September.
Well, I thought it was a good game. Really, also, I got into these Halo games, these later ones too, because I was like, you know what? The Forge mode is always so good. And I remember the Forge mode in this game was really good. There were a lot of fun maps, and compared to Halo 3, it's so many things you could do.
Noble.
Is there any place the Covenant isn't?
We've been engaged!
Need a better angle. You are.
Keep it up!
I remember I played way too much Halo on 360. Halo 3 was actually my first 360 game I got, and I can't recall how many hours I put down in that game. Like, I'd say for like almost like a year and a half, it's the only game I played. I played it for hours and hours on end. Like, I wish I could go back and see how many like hours I played, but it was a bunch. I loved that game. Well, it's kind of a shame these later Halo games haven't been that good too. Like, I can't really speak for myself on them because I haven't played Halo 4 and I haven't played 5 and that, but I was just like from what I've seen of them, they haven't like interested me as much as like this one or the earlier Halos. So I don't know, we'll see what happens with this series. You know there's gonna be another one coming because it's been quite a few years since the last, and you know Microsoft's not gonna stop like not make a Halo game, so it's coming at some point.
Spartans coming in.
And also this music, just I don't know, maybe I'm just really picky. Like, and this might be nitpicking, but this music is not like, it's not what I expected for this scene. Like in this fight, like sequence. Like, what made some of those early Halo games so good with the soundtrack, it was all symphonic, and you got this build up with strings, and it felt like really just cinematic. So, when you have more like the, like it doesn't feel like right. It's like more like stuff like this, like it fits the tone at least for this smaller scene, but I felt like that last one, it needed more of that, the strings and the da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. But, I don't know, just that's just me.
Get to the saber before the Covenant wreck it.
Want some more?
Saber is prepped and ready for launch.
Also, the Halo series is just the music all around for the most part. Especially those first three were just really, really good. Like Marty O'Donnell did a really good job and made a lot of very iconic music. That Halo theme. I actually got a chance to meet him. He actually gave me my demo when I played Gollum at PSX. I was actually very happy that he gave me the demo. I was like, this is pretty cool because I've been listening to this guy's music for hours on end, so being able to meet him was really cool. I forgot about this section. I forgot a lot about Reach. Like, I don't know, like Reach, I don't remember barely like anything with it. So I don't. I may replay it one of these days, but I really don't know. My 360's out for the count.
Please welcome Corporate Vice President for Xbox Live, Mark Whitten.
What's with these mics? God, who's running this production?
Xbox Live has changed the way the world plays video games.
What? It's somebody's job to fix those mics. Like, you're not supposed to have them so close to their clipping. Like, just give them a lapel. Don't give them like little mouthpieces. Like,
music and social networking. Today, a community of 25 million members come together to play and interact on Xbox Live. This has been our passion.
yes.
Making it simple to find the friends and entertainment you care about.
Thank you, guy in the audio booth.
With Kinect for
The
Xbox
director's probably
360,
like,
we are
can't
also
give him the
making it simpler
handheld.
to enjoy. Kinect sensor detects both movement and sound.
All right,
in
they're
very
talking about the
sophisticated
Kinect.
ways.
The eye
It
toy.
recognizes you. It responds to your gestures, and it listens to your voice. With technology like this, there are no barriers and no learning curves. So, when you combine the power of the Xbox 360, the services of Xbox Live, and the magic of Kinect, the result is a revolution not just for your games, but for all of your entertainment. Imagine a world where you can watch a movie without a remote, play a game without a controller, all in the comfort of your
I don't wish for any of these things.
Imagine
It sounds
living room
like
is
a
smart.
pain.
It's ready to help you connect with
Like,
the friends and entertainment that you care
I don't know, like
Imagine
maybe with like the TV it seems fun, but I feel like that'd be a pain. Like having like to tell it to like fast forward and like play, like just hit a button, it's fast.
Kinect is here and it's real.
And it was always the thing that
This
got
is
me
what
with the
happens when
Kinect. It was
technology
like,
gets out of your way.
oh, a fast forward
To show you
movie,
what I
a
mean,
Kinect,
I'm gonna
fast
use
forward.
Ron, one of the engineers
Kinect,
on our
play. You know what's faster than that? Boom.
The first thing I'll
Boom.
do is show you how easy
That's
it is
it.
to sign in.
Don't be
All I have to
lazy.
do is wave.
And also, Kinect never worked this well. I remember seeing my friends
And
Kinect,
once
and
I'm
I was like,
signed
this
in,
thing
all I
can
have to do
barely
now is
see
just wave
me.
one more time, just like this.
Remember there were the articles like the Kinect is racist, like I couldn't see black people.
It's easy to use.
you know, maybe that's why it didn't work for me.
Things to do on Xbox
Because this house was lit pretty well.
This is the Kinect Hub, where I can find my friends, my games, and a lot of other great content.
This UI.
Like Netflix, Facebook.
Like I said, the
and
Blades
Last.fm.
was one of the best UIs, and they
Everything's
just
in one place.
destroyed it.
It's simple to use, and the best part is, no controller required. Now,
This
using
is-
my hands is a very natural way to access my entertainment, but what could get any easier than just using my voice to select something? All I have to do is say, Xbox, and Kinect is listening. So if you can see it,
I know
just
this
say it.
bothered a lot of people
Zoom.
too.
Last
It's like
year we
that
brought
it's
the
always
entire
listening,
catalog
like
of
it.
Zoom movies to Xbox 360,
A lot of people were
streaming
just
many of them in full 1080p with
they were
5.1
not happy
surround
with
sound.
that. People
And
still
today,
aren't. Like
see how
still
Zune is
it's still a
transformed by
big
the
topic
magic
of that
Kinect.
of like devices
All I had to do
that
was
are
say a
listening.
simple
Like
command, and it brought me here to
it's
all
a
the
big
entertainment
issue.
that
It's
I
a
care
big
about.
topic
My
and a
movies,
big
my TV
conversation.
shows, my music, it's all there. And now I can just use my hands to select the movie that I want to watch.
So easy. Just
And I love the special effects in Alice in Wonderland, so let's take a look.
what the special effects? They looked terrible in that movie. They did not look good. It all was like on a green screen and.
All right, now I want to show you my favorite scene. All I have to do is just bring my hands up and a little to the left. A little far. How about right there? Yeah.
Marvelous. How do you do it?
It's natural.
So good.
It's effortless. That's how easy it is to control Zune movies.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Back then, I was kind of like, you know what? That's kind of alright. That's kind of cool. But even then, there was that thought in my head. It's like, you know, isn't a controller just fast?
Now that's
as fast, if not faster. That was like, it's a controller.
And when I'm ready to go, all I have to do is say, Xbox, play. This
like
is
the
what we
convenience
mean
is
by controller-free entertainment.
like
I don't have to fumble around in the dark.
like maybe it'd be cool if I'm like somewhere else. I'm like, hey, hit play. Like that's cool, but it's like, just use a controller.
Xbox, stop. And the great thing is, Zune isn't just about the movies, but it's also about an amazing catalog of music as well.
Zune. Oh yeah. Remember the Zune? Remember this guy?
All right. So now I can listen to Justin Bieber, or I can see what else is on this playlist.
Please. Thank you.
All right. Also not bad. But let's try one more. All right. Now that's more my style. That's more me. So that's Zune Music on Xbox Live. It's an amazing way to listen to all your favorite songs and music
I forgot
videos.
all about that song.
In fact, over 7 million songs are now instantly available right in my living room, the place where I entertain my family and friends.
Thanks for showing Zune to the audience, Ron.
No problem.
When's the Zune's funeral?
This is our vision for entertainment for Xbox Live. With Kinect for Xbox 360, we're making entertainment controller-free, simpler and more social than ever before. You've just seen it with Zune.
It's just funny they're thinking like social. It makes things so much better. All the social stuff they got rid of that was cool. Like they remember that feature on 360 where you could watch Netflix with other people on your friends list. That was a really cool feature, and they got rid of it, and I've been gutted ever since. I was like, why get rid of that? And then you just add in the Kinect.
Your avatars and your achievements will be with you wherever you go. Now that we've shown you how Kinect will transform entertainment, let's take a look at some completely new experiences. I'm really
Here we go.
excited
This
to
is.
show you the new ways Xbox Live will connect.
It's the point when the conference starts getting bad, so
Whether in the
get
same
ready.
room or separated by thousands of miles, communication with others is central to who we are as people. It's why we've always.
I remember this is the point where I think I had to leave, so
It's why we've included a headset with many of the Xbox 360s and all of the live starter packs we've
here
sold.
we go.
And now, with Kinect, the same magic that allows you to control your Xbox 360 with your voice also allows you to communicate with the people you care about. This is Video Kinect. And here to help me show it to you is Laura, one of the engineers building social experiences on Xbox Live. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Mark. What I love
That
about
one
Kinect
guy in the
is
audience.
not just about video games. The sensor also lets me video chat with my friends and family, and the microphone lets me do that without a headset. So let me show you an example of what Video Kinect will look like.
Wow, it's so fast. You know, I couldn't do that on a controller.
Here are my friends. Some of them are
So,
on Xbox Live,
so fast.
and some are on Windows Live Messenger. And here on this page are a bunch of my relatives, my parents, my brother and his wife, and my twin sister, Kristen.
But we don't want to talk to them.
Kristen lives in Texas, and I live in Seattle, so video chat is a great way to keep in touch. We sent Kristen a sensor so that she could help me demo this today. So let's call her up. Hey, Kristen, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good. Been busy with work. I can see you're busy too.
Yeah, I'm here at E3. Everyone, say hi to Kristen.
Hey, everybody. So we finally get to show everyone what you've been working on.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So here's a few things that you haven't seen yet. One thing we can do is watch stuff together. You see those topics at the bottom of your screen?
Yeah.
I can select one of
Why
them.
look at the news? Yeah. All these people got murdered. Yeah, let's watch that.
We can watch a video together.
Wait. Oh no! No! Not that movie.
Hey, that's The Last Airbender. Wasn't there a video game about that?
Yeah, there was. My coworkers played it just to boost their gamer score.
Oh no.
Maybe you should do the same thing.
What? My gamer score is 100% legit.
Right.
Okay. Well, this video is great, but we're gonna move on now.
No! I don't ever want to see that. I don't ever want to see that movie again.
Stuff like news, sports, and entertainment, whatever's hot.
I never thought I'd see that movie in here.
Exactly.
So far, that's the most embarrassing thing at this conference.
As you move around, you should give that a try.
Okay. Wow. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's following me. So how does that work?
So here's a slight.
Yeah, it's fine, but like my webcam does this, and a lot of other cameras can do that.
It happens automatically.
So I don't have to adjust the camera myself?
Nope. We're trying to keep it simple. So there's one more thing I want to show. You ready?
Yeah.
So to do that, I got it in the video chat. So you should say goodbye to everyone.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Those,
Thanks for
the
helping us
two
out.
guys in the back were like,
ready?
bye.
Xbox in chat.
Thanks, Laura.
Wait, what's the thing she was going to show that she could end the call?
Video Kinect lets families talk to families and friends talk to friends from the comfort of their living rooms. No headsets, no controllers. The technology is invisible, but the connection is more engaging than a phone call. This is your living room more social than ever before. And it doesn't stop with the Xbox 360. We will also be bringing Video Kinect to the hundreds of millions of users on Microsoft's Live Messenger network.
This conference really slowed down to a
your
halt.
Movies, music, and television shows, Xbox Live offers more than any other service in the living room.
Man, they were really going all in on this on the Kinect at this
We're
point.
missing
Like,
one really important thing.
just like when they showed off the Move, Sony went really in on it. So I think this is the one. So I'd be interested to see what that 2010 one looks like. Sports. I don't think it's gonna be anywhere compared to like when they announced the Xbox One at that event, and all they talked about was TV and sports and TV, and you could watch Family Feud, and you can have TV and watch cable.
Just in, ESPN has signed an exclusive partnership with Xbox to bring your favorite sports directly to your Xbox 360.
Josh, let me explain why this is very good news. Sports fans will now have access to more than 3,500 live and on-demand events.
They're really going in on this ESPN.
Major League Baseball, the NBA soccer, and more.
3,500? Wow, this is big news. We got to tell people about this. Let's go. Come on, Trey, let's go. Big news.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen,
no one left.
Please welcome Josh Elliott and Trey Wingo. Woo.
Hello. That was quite a commute. Seconds, literally.
Yeah, that's the fastest we've ever gotten anywhere. How's everybody doing? Good? Thanks for being here. You know, as Josh and I can tell you, the nice thing about being the worldwide leader in
I
sports,
keep forgetting this is the part. This is that point in time where Microsoft kept bringing out celebrities to their shows.
No, that is
Like they'd bring out people to start dancing and people to sing, and just bring out random people like, yeah, I play games, you know. I play a little Mario. Like, so, I'm hoping this isn't one of the ones with the celebrities.
College basketball, soccer, and by the way, quick shout out, Team USA.
Yes, a tie is sometimes more than just a tie.
No English goalie jokes.
How long does
here.
this go on
Robert
for?
Green, we appreciate it. Major League Baseball and of course the NBA.
Well, like
Josh, you're
it's
so right.
cool they announced
on
ESPN,
Xbox
but they
360
need
will
to
provide
explain
access
it this
to over
much.
3,500 live sporting events in year one, with most of them in fabulous HD. And
Like the cool thing about the recent
you can
E3s
see
is
that
that a
my
lot of this
avatar-
stuff is like way faster. So
ignore
they will
how it's
announce
called.
something, they'll maybe elaborate on it a bit, and then they're gonna move on to the next thing. They're just staying on this.
Just a year ago, unquestionably one of the biggest college football games this past season.
Yeah, let's take a look.
It's good, and it gets better every time.
I guess they want to get the live demo,
Again,
but
as you
like,
can see right there, it looks great in HD.
But you got to pick, right? Especially when
I can't talk. I don't know what the source of this conference is from.
Come on. Hey, where's your
And I'm
controller?
not watching in HD, but I was like, it doesn't look that great. But also, this is 2010. We don't have the streaming capabilities like now, so I can't complain about that.
On Xbox 360 allows me to get into the game without
But watch out, I'm gonna complain about it because it didn't look
I
that
feel so
sharp.
outdated. That's awesome. Here comes the big play.
Yeah,
Right
and
there,
it was
touchdown.
huge. But let's see it again, shall we? Let's see it again.
Really?
Oh, he's.
I've been trying
I
to
think he.
forget
I
that
think
play.
he was late.
No.
I think he was late on his time.
Xbox, replay, and weep.
See, that's cruel.
It gets better every time.
No, I saw it. We don't need to. Why
No,
are you,
watch. It
you're-
gets better
you're
every
hurt.
time.
Don't.
Oh.
And they're still
Oh,
not
please.
gonna tackle him.
That is just so wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yet so incredibly right.
Kinect is going to make taunting even easier.
Well, clearly you need some help in that area.
Could you imagine
know,
being
you
in a
can feel free
group
to fast
of like
forward,
8
Josh,
people watching this?
This is too much fun.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna taunt you with the Kinect.
So much other stuff to get you. Real-time polls, trivia, other ways to enhance the live game.
That is correct, my friend. Sports fans on Xbox Live can prove they know more about their sports than their rivals, kind of in the same way that I know infinitely more sports than you do.
Well, that's absurd.
No, that's accurate.
Not at all.
No, it's accurate.
Let's answer this trivia question, Trey.
Okay.
How many times has Ohio State won the Rose Bowl?
Ohio State won the Rose Bowl. I'm going to go with 7.
Wow. That's
Well,
unbelievable.
It's on the
Wow,
but
you're
also, I just
completely
know more
wrong.
sports than you.
It's true. It was a lucky guess, to be sure.
Yeah.
And so, let's take a peek. Yeah, right there. The horseshoe, live and beautiful.
How long is
thing
this
is that
segment
Xbox Live
going
also keeps
on
sports
for?
fans connected to what's going on
It's
in the
literally
world of
been like
sports
5 minutes.
while they're watching the game.
Yeah, that's right. Fans will actually be able to access, as you can see, ESPN.com, game scores, statistics, video highlights, without ever leaving the game that you're watching.
Like the stuff they're saying is
From Game 3 of the NBA
is
Finals.
fine.
Even
Like I think it's pretty cool, but
Derek Fisher?
it's going on like way longer than it needs to be.
Dagger.
It's like the EA conferences where it just
Game 3.
keeps going.
The last few games, not so much. And of course, now the series comes back to LA with the Lakers clinging
Hoping
for
to
life.
stave off elimination, and so they shall. That, then, in a nutshell, is ESPN on Xbox 360.
Thousands of live sporting events.
Yeah, HD.
And now I think everybody has that. I think PS4 has it. Their sports package and all that stuff.
Put that
So
all together, and ESPN is being redefined on Xbox, and we are out of here. Thanks a lot, everybody.
I think Xbox One still does have an advantage in some case. They do have some stuff. So that's fun.
ESPN on Xbox 360 brings the ultimate sports experience to your living room. And all of this is available to our Xbox Live Gold members at no additional cost.
That's actually pretty good though.
We are delivering
that's
the
actually
future of
good.
entertainment today for every member of the household. Your movies and music through Zoom, Netflix, and Last
Wish
FM.
Sony would do something like that
Your
for some of the
friends
other
through
stuff.
Video Connect, Facebook, and Twitter. And now your sports through ESPN on Xbox 360. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you on Xbox Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Creative Director for Kinect, Kudo Sonoda.
Wait.
All right,
Oh, it's this guy.
So last year we made a promise to
They
Kinect
call
for
me
Xbox
Greasy
360 would
Steve.
revolutionize the way you have fun. Today we deliver on that promise.
You wonder what the bottom of an Avatar
set out
shoe
to
looks
build
like?
entertainment that
Well,
everyone
bam!
can enjoy, no matter what your age
I think
or how much
this might be
experience
it.
you have playing games. With no controller to learn, anybody can jump in and play. With Kinect, you interact with your Xbox 360 just like you interact with things in the real world, using your body and using your voice. The people playing, they're the stars of our games. We allow you to play however you want to play. Just be yourself and do what comes naturally. We also build Kinect experiences that are truly social. Not just people playing games at the same time, but experiences that unite your friends and family around a common goal, where your relationships to each other are key. And Kinect brings people together in the same living room or around the world over Xbox Live. We've been talking about this for a year now, and the time for talk is over. Let me introduce you to 6 Kinect launch games the world's going to be playing this holiday. These are all experiences that can only be played without a controller and are only available on the Xbox 360.
This is such a weird time, like... Oh. Oh, God.
There you are.
It's this moment.
Skittles?
Oh.
Hi.
I have not had to watch this in so
Skittles,
long.
be careful. You okay? Good.
Who is this game made? Like,
Yes,
I guess
you
for
are. You want it on your
like a young audience was
Yeah,
like.
you like that.
Remember, I saw a
Yes,
demo.
you
Like, I
do.
saw a playthrough of this game. I was like,
Yes, you do.
man, this game's like $60. You don't do anything in it.
Good
Nothing happens.
Skittles. Okay, Skittles, get up. Let's do some tricks. Good. Ready? Set. Good. Now jump. That's okay, Skittles. Ready? Turn around and play dead. Skittles, get up. More
The
play
audio
time.
in this production.
Skittles, get up. Good. Now go get your toy. Shh, don't tell them I'm hiding.
Who thought this was a good idea? Like, this goes on so long, and there's all these Kinect demos. Like,
Skittles, I'm back. Hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good, Skittles. Now go get your jump rope. Good job. Now hand it. Hand. Good. Ready? That's okay, Skittles. Ready? Good job, Skittles.
okay, that was kind of.
Okay, Skittles, that's enough. Please. Okay, it tickles. Okay, Skittles. Okay, bye, Skittles. I love you.
All right, awesome job, Sayla. So that was Kinectimals. Kinectimals lets kids of all ages adopt and play with their favorite animals from around the world in a way never possible before.
Only for
Kinect.
$60.
You can adopt 40 of your favorite animals, and you can play with them in over 30 unique activities. There's a ton to discover in this game. Our next title immerses you in the fun and familiar world of sports. You can play solo,
Oh, this is when these
with
guys
friends,
come out and
or
they're
go
like
head-to-head
playing it
in
all
6 major
serious.
events. To show off Kinect sports, let me introduce Shin from Rare Studios. Shin?
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot this was a
Good
rare
morning,
game.
avatars in your beautiful stadium. Get you warmed up first.
I just want Rare to come back.
Right. How we doing
It,
here?
it's not gonna
First
happen,
thing.
but it's
Here you go.
just sad.
Nice, a couple of waves here, very
Like-
good. And let's get everyone going with some fireworks. 1, 2, 3, go!
Like Rare was such a great studio, and the Microsoft Microsoft purchasing them really was like the worst thing to happen, because after that point and all the studio leads left, like all the creativity and like interesting stuff coming out of Rare was just gone. Like the last interesting game I'd say was Grabbed by the Ghoulies. And after that, everything else just was not on the same level, and it just felt like all the soul was taken out of it. So, modern Rare is just not what it used to be. Like, even Sea of Thieves just doesn't have that same feel. But, We're no longer in Banjo-Kazooie Rare or Conquer Rare.
1750 is the time to beat.
No problem, you guys. Just tons of people watching. Take your time.
Okay.
It's all right.
Feeling a little nervous there.
Here we go.
All right.
You know what this is? This is the power pad for 2010. I think I even mentioned that when I saw it. I was like, wow, it's the power pad from the NES, but you don't have the pad. Well, the power pad is kind of cool. At least you had like the pad and like it was like kind of cool using it on the NES.
All right, great.
This, however, just I'd be kind of done with it in like 5 minutes.
So that was the exciting 200-meter hurdles. Just one part of the track and field game in Kinect Sports. Kinect Sports is the first sports title to truly put you in the game. You can build your avatar into a sports superstar or play with friends in the living room or over Xbox Live. Here's a quick video showing off all the Kinect Sports experiences you can enjoy this holiday.
You know how VR is in its moment where like movement's weird? That's always the thing with Kinect. It's like you can't really make a lot of games because you're always going to be tied down. You can't move in a traditional sense, and when you do move, it's in like really awkward like ways, like having to go like this to move. Like it was always weird. It's always the thing that sucks. It's like you're really limited. Like I'd say like people have issues with the way VR games move, but like at least you can like there's workarounds and like there's ways they found that work movement wise. So you're able to get creative in that aspect. With this, I felt you're really like just held down by just having to come up with something to move.
To show you Kinect Joyride, we're going to bring out Charmy from Big Park Studios. Charmy?
Thanks, Kudo. Hands on the wheel.
You know, looking back at this, it's kind of crazy these are all individual games. Because this all looks like something that would be like a Wii Sports pack that should have been included day one. Like that actually would have been a smarter plan, is make all these experiences like a standalone like packaged game. Because like it's all it seems like. Like this really is a gimmick. Like in every sense, like I know back then they're like, this is gonna bring something new to the industry in a way we've never seen. which in one hand, they're kind of right because there really wasn't anything going in this direction. Like yeah, Sony had the Eye, but the PlayStation Eye camera, but it was like one small thing. Like Microsoft really went in on the Kinect. But really, like, it's a gimmick in all senses. Like, people say it about VR, but I feel like that can't be compared. VR actually has a lot of things to it. There may be games that feel gimmicky, but there really are actual experiences, and it really does change things up in terms of like how games are fundamentally made from the ground up and what you can do with them. Like there are experiences in VR that are completely unreal and like really blew me away in like a way that like certain games hadn't done in a long time. So like
this game is called
Kinect never did that for me. The one time I did play it, I was like, wow, this does not play right. It feels awkward, and I don't want to play it anymore.
Thank you, Lorenzo Lamas. All right, I'm gonna grab onto these bars here and let her rip. Use my body to
I think this is the game I played, and it didn't work right.
Looking good. Got my bronze, that's good. Do some dodging. There's a camera. That'll be a good shot. And Adventures is a game you can play with anyone at any time. So my BFF Oscar's gonna come in here and demonstrate. You'll see, he'll join right in.
Got it.
Automatically split to split screen. Do a couple jumps to catch up.
I'm there.
There you go.
Yep.
There's some body poses. Duck. Body poses.
Go, go, go. Camera.
Cheese. Oh. Gotta avoid those obstacles.
Got bronze.
Not hit him in with my head. All right, buddy. We're coming into the final stretch. So. All
last
systems go. Lock and load. Pedal to the metal.
Oh, I got this one.
Man, this.
Check it out. One leg.
You know what this is?
Got him.
I wish I could go to my collection right now and pull it out, but there is a PS2 game, an iToy game called Anti-Grav. This is kind of almost like it.
Nice, buddy.
Thanks.
Like Anti-Grav was this weird game where like it was like an iToy racing game, and I remember in the game you had to do kind of stuff like that where you had to like move your body to like reach these little like coins in the air.
Share how you play with photos, videos, and more.
And the crazy thing is, it didn't play. It wasn't a great game, but it kind of worked at times. And I was like, this is kind of alright.
So let me introduce Shannon and the star of
But that was also back in 2004 and 5, and even back then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be playing this for a long time. And then Microsoft came out and was like, oh, we're gonna make you play these games for a long time.
Look at the water. We can go anywhere. Okay.
Oh, there's that embarrassing quote.
Let's go up that ramp up there.
I brought that quote up so many times in the past. I was like, really? I would always be like, man, Microsoft is just doing things wrong. Like just look at this conference alone.
Watch this camera. Ready? Cheese. Yeah. I got this. Oh, nice. Woo. There we go. We're down in the water. Oh, watch the waterfall. Watch the water.
Look at the water. So real. But you know what? The thing is, if Microsoft did a VR thing, they'd probably do the same thing with this. But they shouldn't. There probably should never be a VR demo on a stage at all. Because if you remember Sony's at PSX and they first showed off PSVR there, they did that demo, it didn't come across good at all. VR is hard to demo because you really can't feel any of the scale or immersion just looking at a TV.
Or anywhere else on the web.
And with this, you really just look like an idiot.
So no matter what your age, your gaming experience, or interest, there's an adventure fit for you.
Nah.
But great experiences for Kinect, they're not just coming from all of us here at Microsoft.
It's kind of crazy that the Kinect lasted all the way to 2016. Like they supported it for a while. That it made it onto the Xbox One is kind of nuts. I thought they were gonna be done with it by that point. They're like, no, we're gonna keep it. I feel every few years is one of these games. Like they always came out. And I had an iToy like game like this too. I played. It's like I think even like everything they're doing here, it was on the iToy and done ages before. I even still have the box of that game somewhere, like the box and the camera. It's still on my shelf. I was like, Kinect, you're doing something that Sony did years ago.
International brand manager Felicia Williams.
Like all the companies, like I can't even talk about Microsoft because all the companies do it.
I am thrilled
Like, Microsoft had achievements, and then a few years after the PS3 came out, they got trophies.
Exclusively for Xbox 360.
Nintendo had the Wii remotes, and then a few years after, Sony had the Move controllers. PlayStation had the eye camera, then Microsoft has the Kinect. Like, it all comes back full circle.
Personal gym.
Like no one is safe. They will all steal each other's ideas
Inside of the game environment.
at one
That's
point.
actually me in the virtual world, including my sweater. Through the magic of Kinect, we're changing the way that you think about fitness.
Yeah, sweater
I'm
tech.
free to play and to interact and feel the magic of my environment.
Now, let me scan your body into the gym.
As I'm being scanned, you may notice that menus and other objects actually follow my body movements. That's because we've designed this game to fit you.
Wait a second. Oh, I just realized what's at the end of this.
Great.
There's a certain demo coming up that I left on because I was embarrassed for the person on stage.
Our body-centric design.
So I'm looking forward to it. There's a certain game I know coming up. I just thought about, like, it just hit me right now.
I'll use this data to tailor menus and fitness routines to your exact shape.
You know, actually, I was going to mention something, but I forgot the Xbox took out the Kinect port. I was about to be like, what if Microsoft does an Xbox, like a Xbox One virtual reality headset, and the Kinect is the camera for it? It's like, now you're still on Sony's idea, using old peripherals?
Thank you, Felicia. Oh, I'm very excited to be here.
Oh.
I've truly enjoyed
See how the guy came out? Yeah.
To create exercises for this
good job.
game.
Yeah.
Here's how it works. You have the freedom to choose how you want to work out. You can choose a personal trainer for a workout tailored to your fitness goals, or you can take a class like martial arts or yoga. And you can even play fun gym activities.
To give you a glimpse of the overall experience, we'll show you a portion of each section in today's demo.
Welcome to your personal training session. Let's start today with your favorite, the knee front. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin.
This game is able to provide specific feedback on every part of your body for every exercise. As Felicia plays, the instructions from the coach appear in the upper right corner, so she can easily correct herself so she gets the most out of her workout.
Okay, that's plenty for the knee front. Let's do a little exercise called the squat punch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin.
In addition to low-impact workouts, we also have higher intensity
Get the rhythm out.
Great job, Felicia.
Thanks.
Bye, Felicia.
Don't want to get punchy.
It's going a little slow there.
Let's go.
Now let's do some combat training.
First range.
Yeah, everything here on that rhythm, that training game. Like, hold on. I won't get up. I'll have to go and pull it out to remember its name. But like it really is the same thing almost. Like in that game, you put your height in, you put your weight. It tracks how you're doing on the exercises. It's everything.
Excellent. You're scaring me with those punches.
Well fought. Time for a much-deserved rest.
Okay, to cool down.
Oh yeah, I found it. iToy Kinetic. That's what it was. iToy Kinetic. Close to Kinect. I'm not trying to say that they stole the name, but like iToy Kinetic is pretty much this. Like it had like the personal trainer, it had the games, you could do like yoga, fitness, and everything. I remember it came with like a wide angle lens adapter to the iToy camera, which was just crazy that they had something for that, but it came with an adapter. You could like, so you can have the fuller image to capture the whole body, and it worked kind of well too. Like I actually thought for the most part, I think my mom got it. I was like, I played it a few times. I was like, you know, this isn't too bad. I wouldn't actively work out with this. I'd rather go to the gym or do my own, but for those who have it, like, all right. Yeah, yet again, they're kind of going on long with this. This is this sequence for this. They're putting a lot of time.
Delivers such a wide variety of exercise options and gives you precise feedback on all your moves like we can.
Through Kinect, we put your body in a virtual world like you have never seen before, and we keep you motivated with interactive visuals. We hope you've enjoyed this glimpse of your shape fitness evolved.
I'm hoping I'm not coming off like too negative towards this, like everything, but this really was a blunder year for Microsoft. Like this was really not a good direction to go. And speaking of a direction that wasn't good to go, dance. Well, outside of that, I'm waiting for that guy to come on stage. I'm not a great dancer, but I got some moves of my own. When I see this, all it reminds me of is that Star Wars Kinect dancing game too, where they had Han Solo dancing. Like, they really went in on Kinect. Like, I don't know the exact time, but like this entire conference, it was like 30 minutes of games, and then the rest is Kinect.
Thanks, Naoko. Hello, everyone. What you just saw was a first glimpse of Dance Central coming this holiday exclusively for Kinect
Harmonix, come
on
back,
Xbox 360.
bring a new game out.
Harmonix, we're always striving to create new ways for people
Rock
to
Band
experience
5.
music.
I
To
need
this
it.
end, for years, we've been eager to develop a dance game, but the right technology just hasn't existed.
This is probably the one game, like, I haven't done a lot of smack about, like, the Kinect, this whole thing, but this is probably the one game I was like, you know what, this is kind of alright. Like, I never played Dance Central, but I was like, you know, this is kind of cool. Really, it's Michael Jackson The Experience. That was probably the best Kinect game. I only played it once, and I was like, alright, this game is good. Like, because it had the great soundtrack, you got to do Michael Jackson moves. But that was probably it. That was probably the one Kinect game I was like, you know what, this is not bad.
On Xbox Live after launch. Furthermore, it was essential to us that this game feature compelling and authentic choreography. So we worked with world-class choreographers to ensure that every routine in the game is the real deal. There were more than 600 moves and over 90 routines, including some routines you'll recognize from the song's original music videos. Now, dancing can be pretty intimidating for some people, but Dance Central was designed so that anyone can play. To demonstrate how that's possible,
Here we
I'd
go.
like to welcome to the stage Harmonix's project director for Dance Central, Casson Crooker.
When I started on this project, I wasn't a great dancer like Naoko and Marcos. So to help everyone out there who has 2 left feet, we have a mode called Break It Down. It's a really fun way to learn each routine.
Boy, there were so many videos with this part. They put so much edits to this. So great.
At a time and then string them all together.
They put like Guile's theme behind him and put all this other stuff there too.
Great, nicely done. Now let's put them all together.
I also started with beginner moves and gradually worked my way up to more complex routines. Okay, less talking, more dancing. Let me show you the wide range of choreography in Dance Central that everyone can master.
For like a fighting game footage over too. Like, there were so many edits for this. I'm sure it's still on YouTube too. No, we'll say though, he's getting it. He's getting the moves down. Yeah, not gonna lie. Work it, girlfriend.
Thanks, everyone. See you all on the dance floor.
Please welcome back to the stage, Phil Spencer.
With games ranging from Kinectimals and Kinect Sports to Your Shape Fitness Evolved in Dance Central, you can transform your living room from a petting zoo, a track and field stadium, an exercise room, or a dance club. And all of this with the magic of Kinect.
The magic of Kinect.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that Kinect for Xbox 360 will launch worldwide this holiday, starting in North America on November 4th.
I remember that. I watched the Giant Bomb stream of that. It was really funny.
We'll have a broad lineup of more than 15 launch titles. And remember, Kinect for Xbox 360 is fully compatible with the 40 million plus Xbox 360s that we have sold to date. This is just the beginning. We're thrilled to announce an exclusive arrangement with LucasArts to create
that's when they announced the Star Wars one.
Game. LucasArts and Microsoft Game Studios will bring the heart of
Such a man. They could have done so many good things, but like with the Kinect, they really just
Here's a trailer featuring actual
like man. They really could have done some cool stuff with it.
Next year.
Like, could you imagine now? Like, that's what I'd want. Like a full Star Wars game in VR. Like, how has that not happened yet? And also, all this gameplay footage is fake. This isn't real footage. Like, I was just so disappointed. Like, I was like, okay, this footage is obviously fake. No one's playing it. It's all like pre-rendered footage. But now it's getting me upset because it's like, where is a Star Wars VR game? We had that Battlefront experience, but like, where's a full, like, retail one? Like, come on, like, you have the ideas. You have like the Vive wand, the Vive controller is the lightsaber. You have like the gun. You could be flying the ship. Like, it's so. Come on, EA, hire me. Like, I got the ideas. The funny thing is, you see all this, it's like, this is gonna be a good game, and then you see Han Solo dancing. So disappointing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lead designer and the creative director for Turn 10 Studios, Bill Giese and Dan Greenewald.
Forza Motorsport is the home for innovation in racing. Bill and I are here to show you what's next. Let's hit the track.
Oh, this is the Kinect one where it's like, oh, you can walk up to the car and like zoom in.
With Kinect for the Xbox 360,
which back then I thought was odd. It's like now you get to see an up close view with the Kinect. You can like get close to the car. So I said, like, now with VR, like, this stuff's way cooler. It's like now you can just walk up to the car and like you can view it yourself with your head and see it up close like you really wouldn't before.
Continuous stream of less powerful cars.
But that's why I'll say, like, watching this back now, people really can't talk about VR being gimmicky, because this is just all gimmicks.
Time to run out. See if you can get a couple more.
Like, full games have been made in VR.
Good job.
And there have been full games for Kinect, but like it's never worked well.
With fun and intuitive gameplay.
It never did.
Now, Forza has always been about.
Like, I wonder what would happen in an alternate reality where Kinect like actually managed to do well. Like, what if Kinect sold like way higher than it did, and it was like a huge hit with everybody? Like, Kinect was like a worldwide name, and that. It was pretty much the equivalent of like a Wii in terms of sales. Like, I wonder what would have happened in that reality. One thing I will say is all these Forza games look really good, but it's also just racing games in general. Like, if you look back to PS2, a lot of those games still hold up graphically with racing games.
Check it out from any angle. We can take a closer look at, say, the headlights.
Like, look at PS1. That's even crazy. There are some that still look pretty good. It's like, man, it's PS1. But, sorry. It's the power racing games. Like, when you just have to focus on the car and, like, the shorter environment, you can pull the graphics into crazy amounts. You can push it, too. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like, it's kind of weird looking back in retrospect. It was weird at the time, just like I wouldn't feel like I'm actually walking to the car. Like, even if you're like in real life walking in that and looking, it's not the same. Like, I remember Drive Club VR kind of has something like that, and it's kind of cool because you can at least kind of see the car from other sides, and you can get close, you can zoom in.
You can't touch the Ferraris. You certainly can't sit in one. With Kinect, you can.
See, it just seems kind of weird. Like, oh, you can sit in a Ferrari. Like, you're not actually sitting in it. Like, you're just looking at it. Like, put this in VR. Then we're talking.
With Kinect for the Xbox 360,
give me the racing wheel too. Then you're like driving a Ferrari. So. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see in 10 years where VR is going. I hope VR succeeds. I really do. Because I feel it isn't a gimmick. I feel there's a lot of potential with it outside, like in gaming and outside. And that it shouldn't really go. So I'm hoping in 10 years' time, VR is still the test of time and is still being made and they're still making advances to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Don Matrick.
Alright, should be nearing the end of it.
A decade ago, we unveiled Xbox to the world. And this year, our 10th year, is the biggest year in Xbox history. It's the biggest year for blockbuster games. It's the year that music, movies, television, and sports all come together on Xbox 360. It's the year we introduce a whole new way for everyone to play with Kinect. At Xbox, we believe fun is a universal magnet that binds us together. We believe interactive entertainment is the greatest form of all entertainment, and it should be open and approachable to everyone. As the new decade begins, we are transforming our industry with Xbox 360 games, Xbox Live, and Kinect, which makes games and entertainment more fun, social, and interactive for you and your family. In the decade
It didn't work in the
we'll
end.
reach beyond the tens of millions to the hundreds of millions and more.
Now I'm interested. I'm really interested to seeing Sony's now because
Step in that journey.
this is still not a good conference. Like, I'll get into it after the end of this, but it did not hold up.
And Xbox Live. And to kickstart this new era, I've something special to share with you today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new Xbox 360.
The Elite. Never got. No, I think it's the
Completely
Xbox.
redesigned
Is it
for
the?
future of entertainment.
That's not the Elite. I never got one of these. I should have, but at this point, like, there's no point. Like, Xbox One plays 360, so like, I don't need to. It plays Lost Odyssey. It plays Blue Dragon.
The new Xbox 360.
I don't even need a
Here
360
today,
anymore.
ready for
So.
tomorrow.
And I've heard good things about that model too. I heard that one worked
whisper
pretty
quiet,
well. So.
And with a 250 gigabyte hard drive,
Like most of my friends who have this version of 360, theirs hasn't broken down yet. So.
How much will this cost?
I guess.
Well, you're getting
I guess
all
they
of
did some
this
good
in your
things.
New Xbox 360 for the same price.
Remember, I did like that too. I was like, that's pretty good. Like, it's the same price.
You're probably wondering how long it'll take to get your hands on the new Xbox.
I also thought
360.
this was cool too.
Well, I'm excited to share that we're shipping the new Xbox 360 to retailers today.
I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty dope like announcement.
Later this week. Unless you were here in the audience at the Wiltern Theater, in which case we're shipping the new Xbox 360 to you right now on us.
No way, we're getting paid off. Yeah, we're definitely gonna give you guys good reviews now. Yeah. I certainly am happy for all these journalists to get the free 360.
There we go.
We loved you, Don, until you screwed us up in the end and pretty much made Xbox the laughingstock.
That was really fun. Ladies and gentlemen, the new era of entertainment has begun, and it's happening right here on Xbox 360. Thank you, and
Alright, that seems to be the conference. Yeah, so that is... Well, I'm not trying to watch that again.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, I am not watching that again. No. Well, that was Microsoft 2010 E3. Well, looking back at that conference now, it does not hold up well. It is still not a good conference. It starts off so promising too because I think they opened up pretty well. Opening up with Black Ops was good. Opening up with Gears was fine. I think talking about Fable 3, talking about some of the other stuff they had coming in the year. I think talking about I think it was, what was it? Yeah, at least announcing Project Rise, which didn't even come until 2013. So they at least showed stuff in the beginning, but I feel as soon as they start talking about Kinect, it drags their whole conference down. Like, the pacing is pretty smooth for the most part. So, let's say right here, this is the start of the conference. We're here, it's moving pretty smoothly, and then we hit Kinect at this point, and it just drags and drags and drags. Like, from talking about like the social stuff to the Kinect, talking about the games, and like the game demos themselves were very slow and really didn't work. Like, if I was watching this now, this does not sell me on a Kinect. Nothing they showed is like, you know what, I need to go buy a Kinect right now. Like, none of the launch games, nothing they showed for the future of it, and even the stuff that like, hey, when you get a Kinect, these are your features, they just did not sell me on it. Like, I know there are people who actually like do like the Kinect, and people who used it fairly frequently, like, oh, like using like the social stuff for it, and being able to like, Xbox turn on, or Xbox start game, and all this stuff. Like, I know a lot of people who use that thing, but for me, I just never felt it was a good decision on their part to go in that direction. And looking back this many years later, it wasn't, as you can tell, it was a big failure. And when it came to the Xbox One, they really didn't support a lot of Kinect stuff. And in 2016, they just straight up dropped it forever, and then took the port out of the Xbox One S. So at this point, like the Kinect is gone, and it's certainly funny looking back on it, because I know back then, I can't recall if like people were excited about it. Everywhere I saw, people were just like, okay, like I guess, like like the launch titles they did have, like it just, they did not go right. They should have had more games to show. They should have sped up the Kinect section, and it would have gone better. But you know, it's in the past now. I don't ever need to watch it again. It is still quite embarrassing. There's some other ones that are just as bad later on down the line. Like there's ones where like they bring out Usher who starts dancing, and they bring out like cars onto the stage, and they bring out celebrities, but it's still not good. So I need to eventually see the other ones for this year. Maybe within the next few days I will watch the Sony and Nintendo one from this year if I can find it, because I want to see what they were doing as well. I think this might have been around the time when they start seeing like 3D stuff. You might start seeing the Move, which that was a bad conference from Sony too, when they first showed off the Move for the first time, because it was very slow. It was kind of exactly like the Kinect. They're showing it off. It's not really playing well. It's got some technical issues at times, and it just did not sell me on it. But I don't know. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me here from my pre-E3 conference watch. I've got a lot of videos coming throughout the upcoming weeks, and be on the lookout for my main E3 2017 and 2018. Sorry, this conference has just made me a little loopy. But join me for my 2018 coverage, where I'll be watching all the conferences. I'll be reacting to them. I'll be giving recaps. I'll be giving reviews, and so on and so forth. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm gonna be the Kinect. Dead.